Hey, Brian Krause here, and today I wanted to dig in a little bit more on this subject of your identity is bigger than life. Now, I think it is reasonable to assume that most people get you should not share passwords. However, if you were to go on the streets and ask a bunch of people, hey, do you reuse your passwords? I'm pretty positive you're going to get a bunch of different answers. You're always going to have some guy that's going to tell you, oh, I have this special, strange, convoluted algorithm. No one will figure that out. You'll have another person that says, oh, I only use a couple different passwords, but they're super strong and secure. And then you'll get a whole group of people that probably tell you something like, oh, I don't even think I have anything worth stealing. I get it. Passwords, they are a pain in the butt. And it's certainly unreasonable to think that you're going to memorize and be able to fill in 400 different passwords that are all going to be strong alphanumeric characters. But we do need to be mindful of this. We know people tend to reuse passwords. And if your password is out in the wild, it means you've been pwned. Something interesting on the word pwned. This comes from video game culture. And if you look on a keyboard, the P and the O are right next to each other. Now, there's a big debate if this came from World of Warcraft or if this came from Quake. But somebody had said, I've owned you. They accidentally hit that P and it became pwned. And that's why we have this word today. Now, how do you know if you've been pwned? Well, in reality, you really don't. But it's pretty much safe to assume you have, because we read every single day that there's a new breach that's happened and a ton of passwords were stolen. Now, a great way to check this is haveibeenpwned.com. So let's run through a quick little example here. As you'll see on the website, if I put in this password of mine, it's something that's pretty secure, unique to me, and I've used over the years, and hit enter, well, I definitely have been compromised on this password. Now, I have changed the password. I don't really use it anymore, but just goes to show all of our passwords are insecure and out there in the wild. There are a million different ways passwords get stolen, so we need to be vigilant. We always need to look for new and different little ways someone can steal a password. And here's what I want to show you. If you go into Windows and you hit the Windows button V, you'll see this pop-up comes here, and I am able to enable clipboard history. Now, once I enable clipboard history, as you'll see here, if I copy and paste information, and you'll see it automatically gets saved into a history. So when I copy and paste, let's say, a password out of my vault, voila, it's in the history. Now, what I've shown you certainly isn't very high-tech. However, someone with basic scripting skills could certainly create a little process to exploit this. How would something like this work? Well, I'm guessing they would run a script. It would do something like turn on the clipboard history. It would then extract the history from wherever it happens to be stored. From here, it's going to send this file to a location for retrieval. They'll have a bunch of different garbage to review through the file. However, contained within, there's certainly going to be some useful information, in particular in this example, a password. Now, with a few of your usernames and a few of your passwords, some jerk hacker can now do credential stuffing. And what this really means is just taking your username and password and submitting this into the login forms of various websites. And in doing this, they can start to figure out different ways to gain access, and then of course do more reconnaissance on you as they figure out what information is available freely out in the wild to figure out their next step. I'll leave you with these thoughts for the day, but be vigilant. If something looks fishy, well, you know what? There's somebody out there that's probably going to try and exploit that. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this topic. And if you like me and my content, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And of course, peace out and be vigilant. Stay safe.